Hello everyone. Today we will see uh, how to work with the NetBeans and how to create a basic Hello World program in NetBeans. So for that, open your NetBeans window by double clicking icon on the desktop. Your NetBeans window will open. So NetBeans IDE is a free open source cross-platform IDE or integrated development environment with built-in support for Java programming language. In fact, NetBeans offers many features for application development, such as it offers drag and drop GUI creation, it offers excellent editing, advanced source code editor, it offers web services, excellent debugging features are there. It has wizard code generation and management tools and many more. So many features are there in the NetBeans. We can develop very high-end application using Java language, using other programming languages with NetBeans. So once you open your NetBeans, NetBeans opens by default in that way, and NetBeans window is divided into various parts. And first of all, I'll explain you its various part and how and what are its function and what are its uses. That will be helpful for you. First of all, I won't explain you about the menu bars and all because everyone knows what are the uses of menu bars and toolbars. After the menu bar and toolbar, this part of the window is called the project window. So project window basically displays the existing project that you will create in the NetBeans. So all the projects that you will create in the particular machine, those projects will be listed here. After the project, we will have this inspector window. So inspector window is here. The inspector window, basically this window displays a tree hierarchy of all the components contained in the currently open form. So whatever the components or the controls you will create, those controls hierarchy or the list will display. So you can see here within this frame, whatever the controls I have created and added, those are listed here. So this is basically called the inspector navigator. So here also we can navigate through the controls, whatever controls we have created by clicking on it. So it shows in hierarchy of the components. Then moving to the right hand side. So on the right hand side you can see this is called the palette window. So palette is basically contains all the components needed to create GUI application. So whatever controls and components we need to create an application like text fields or labels or buttons or checkbox and radio buttons, all those components we can create from the palette window. So in the palette window you can see some categories are there like swing containers, swing controls, menus or windows and all. So gradually we'll learn about all the controls, but initially you will have to learn about the swing controls and all. So inside the swing control category you will find like basic components that is required for development of any GUI applications like label, button and radio button, checkboxes, combo box, list box, text area, etc. So after the palette we will have the properties window. You can see here the properties window in displays the property of a selected control. So whatever control we create, those controls property can be changed. I mean editable properties like how those controls will look like, whatever the font sizes and colors and font styles and their text, their name, etc. All those properties, their size, etc. How the controls will be editable or not editable. So all those like features of the controls can be edited from the properties window. From here we will select and like modify or edit our properties for any controls that that is currently selected in the active window. So these are the the basic window of NetBeans. Now we will see how to create a project. To create, first of all we have to create a project, and inside the project we have to add frames, and then we have to design the graphical programs or graphical application, whatever you have to design. So for that, first you create a project by clicking on the file menu, then going to the project option. You can see the project option in the file menu. Click on it, it will display available like project categories. So So you can see under the category Java FX, all the categories are displayed. These are the category of the project that we can create with the NetBeans. So here very few categories are displayed. If you install full version of NetBeans, you will find more category samples. So first choose the Java category because we are going to learn about Java programming. So right hand side again, the category of the project, under this category, whatever the project type we can create, those project type will be displayed. So we'll choose the default one, the first one, that is Java application, because we are learning about Java application. So from the categories you will choose Java, and right hand side from the project, Java application. Click the next button. So next button is name and location. Here you have to assign a name of the project. Say the name I'm assigning as first project. So after assigning the name, you will have to uncheck this option called create main class. So create main class option you need to uncheck and then click the finish button. Remember, you have to uncheck create main class. Don't forget to do this. Click the finish button. On clicking finish, it will process for a while, and you can see on the project window your project will be created. Once the project is created, here you can see the name of the project is visible under the project window. Now since our project is created, what we have to do is now we have to start designing our application. So for designing our application, first thing we have to do is to create a frame. This way you can see the sample which is currently opening here. So a frame we have to create. Under the frame, then we will add the component and we will design our application. So how to add this frame? To add the frame, you have to select the project under which project you want to add the frames. Projects are just like a folders. In the Windows environment, we know what is the use of the folder. Folders are just like container where we can keep our files. Similarly, projects are also a kind of container. Inside the project, we will add or we will create GUI components, GUI frames, and we will design our application. So to add frames inside the project, you have to choose which project is your default or your current project and where you want to add the project or add the frame. Just right click on the project, go to the new option, and from the new option you can see JFrame form. Okay, the step is you have to right click on the project, go to the new option, and you can choose JFrame form, or you can click the project and go to file and you can click on the new file. That also will open. So right click, new JFrame form. So here it comes. So here you have to assign a name for your file. Any name you can assign. Say I'm adding here hello world, and after assigning the name, just click the finish button. So you can see your blank frame is added under your project. This is your project, first project. Under the project, there is a folder called source package, and inside the default package, and inside the default package, the currently opening file is displayed. So this is your blank frame is created. Now here is the area where you will design your graphical component. So since we are designing a simple program, hello world program, so we have to add a label and we can display. So here is the control. Under the control pen, just take the label option and drag it here and drop, and you can see a label is created. So you can resize or reallocate as per your requirement, and you have to write here whatever you want to display. Say our program was to display hello world. So by default, when you will create any control, the control will display the name of the control with an index number as 1 2 3 4. That number indicates the order how and when the control was created. Say first level displayed as J level 1. If I create second level, then it will automatically come as J level 2. So in that way, if I create one more level, it will come J level 3, J level 4 and J level 5. In that way, the ordering number will be assigned automatically along with the name of the control. So our program was to display only hello world. So by default it will display J level 1. So to change the text, say instead of J level 1 I want to display hello world, you have to go to the properties. As I said, properties is the window where we can modify the controls, and we can assign the text, and we can like change font, etc. Actually how the control will display on your application, those modification we can make from the properties window. So since we want to change the text that is being displayed by this control, we can go to the properties window. There is a property called text property. You can see this is a text property, and where the text which is currently being displayed by the control is visible. So it is displaying J level 1. So here it shows J level 1. Just double click here and you can modify as hello world. Is done, and you can see hello world is displayed. Suppose this J level 2 also I will modify as to this is my first GUI program. Press enter and you can see both the level is uh, renamed and change the text. If you want to change the font style, you can select the control, you can go to the font option, you can see here, select the font and increase the size, and it will increase. If you want to change the color, you can change the color too. Color also change, and you can change the font style of this text too. Go to font, increase the size, change the font color too, and it changes. And if you want a button, you can click on the OK button and bring here. You can see by default it displays J button 1 as it is the first button. If you create second button, then automatically it will come J button 2, J button 3 in that way. So to change the text of the button, you can go to the text property, just right here whatever you want to display. So I have written click me. Change the font size, make it bold. So your button also created. So your application is designed, is ready. You can save it and you can run. You can right click on the project. You can see this is your project. You can right click here and click on run file, and your project will run. So you can see your project is running. So clicking on the button is no action is performing because we have not written any codings for the button. So since there is no coding is written, so your application is not performing anything. It's just a simple message to display as hello world, and the first program you can say in the NetBeans. So you can close, or you can, if you want to add more controls, you can add here more controls, and you can design according to your requirement. Okay, so this is how we can create first project, how to add first frame, and how to design GUI application. So in the next program I'll show you, in the next video I'll show you how to add more controls, how to write basic codings, and how to design more application. Thank you for watching this video.